Do not be shocked one bit when you ask, hey, how come you don't want this shitty bonus to do this job we're not going to keep training you to do? What's going on, everybody? This is PhD, the guy with no PhD, but depends on who you ask. I got a PhD. So I want to talk to you guys real quick about where I've been, if you give a crap, right? I think I'm approaching close to 500 subscribers now. I haven't posted as much as I have wanted to because I've been busy with a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff, family issues, professional issues, and I've been TAD. If you guys don't know what TAD is, I'm temporarily assigned duty. So I've been going through an ESAMI course, that's Expeditionary Small Arms Marksmanship Instructor. Very different from the Navy's vanilla SAMI course. All SAMIs are high-risk instructors, right? We are all doing a high-risk event, which is taking shooters to a range and having them effectively shoot. One thing I want to say about shooting in the military, not just the Navy, even though we're always like the branch that you think has like the least shooters and stuff like that, and that may be true. I don't know how true that is, but I can say in my community, I've always been in the helicopter community. I've always been an air rescue crewman for over 20 years now, so I have a good pulse or a grasp on the community. East Coast, West Coast, HSC, HSM, HS, HC. I've been overseas in Europe. I've been overseas in Asia. I've seen the community from a broad spectrum, from student status all the way to staff at even commands where I was an instructor for multiple tours. And collectively, I have come to a decision that the air rescue community absolutely sucks when it comes to getting the stuff that we need, right? And a lot of people say, hey, look, we're this, we're that. I've got the best job in the Navy. I've got this and that. And for some people, they actually do, right? They hit every damn green light on the way to work. They've advanced to every rank first or second time up. They've got to experience things that you see on these TV shows and all these, gung-ho motivational videos, and that's fine. Nothing against them, but that they do not speak for the whole community, and neither do I.
Nope.
Some of those people have been in since breakfast. They've been in less than 10 years. They still like, oh, okay, you made it all these ranks. Great. You still know what the hell you're talking about, right? You're not even halfway through with the marathon yet. You're still on the 13.1, right? I've already completed 26.2 and I'm going for something else. And I say that because the air rescue community is divided amongst, obviously, coast, that you can't help that, but it's divided amongst platforms. And we have two different aircraft. We have the H-60 Sierra, which I currently am qualified and flying in. Well, not flying at the moment, different topic. And the H-60 Romeo. Both of them are MH-60s, Nighthawks. And one of them is primarily for anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare. The other one is more search and rescue, logistics, combat support, da-da-da-da-da. But when it comes to shooting marksmanship stuff, we are supposed to be the experts at crew-served weapons from an aviation platform. We are it. There is no one else to grade ourselves off of besides ourselves, right? Our communities set the standard for aerial gunnery. And, well, for the Navy. I'm not saying as a military. For the Navy. But when it comes to small arms stuff, we are probably dead last. Like, they might as well hand us a damn broomstick and a dull knife. And the reason I say that is because the minute you talk about small arms stuff, people go, oh man, I've never shot that. Oh, I don't want to shoot that. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Everybody's over there teacupping the firearm. If they shoot it, elbows aren't even, extended properly. And it bothers me because we give these sailors firearms to say, here, do this mission, but we never had them qualified to use it, ever. Not only to use it, but to use it in which they will do it. We've recently had people on this coast who just got done getting ready to deploy, not even able to shoot full auto, but yet a part of our tactics, our TTPs, during certain mission sets, is to go full auto. But when this person's never experienced what full auto feels like, especially under a stressful environment, they will clam up. You might as well drop the magazine, throw the gun at them, and run the other way. Because that will be, at least you will open the distance between you and your aggressor. But nobody is taught how to fight. And going through the ESAMI course has opened my eyes to one thing specifically. So I've always been into firearms, into shooting. I shoot a lot outside the Navy, but I've never been put under the same amount of stress I have been during this ESAMI course. Does that mean I'm a level 7 dungeon master operator?
Nope.
No. Right? So what it does is it explains the combat mindset. You have people, when you tell them something and they think, hey, there's a new good idea, Fairy. And all it is you saying, hey, look, this is what we need to be according to this black and white pub. This is where we are. You can't even see my hand because that's pretty accurate. And I need to get you up to about right here. And before we get to where we need to be. And people still say, well, we don't have the money for that. We don't have the funds. We don't have the request. It's like, make that shit happen. Like, you wonder why retention in this community absolutely sucks. Abysmal. Like, people are getting out left and right, and then me as one of the leaders in my group, they're like, why is this person getting out? And I'm like, I'll tell you why they're getting out. They have to wear the dumbest boots. They can't modify their uniform to fit them or the missions we do. You don't even give them anything fun to look forward to. And learning this, you have to understand there are different ways of learning. There are 6 different ways of learning. You got the laws of primacy, laws of recency. You have all these different laws of learning, and you have to give people the opportunity to see something exciting. If it's not exciting, it's going to be dry, boring. They're not going to digest it, and they won't have any buy-in whatsoever to the community as a whole and their job specifically.
Nope.
So clearly understanding the combat mindset. So every time we've shot in the Navy that I've been to a range for any of the communities I'm in currently, they're slick. They're not wearing any sort of kit. They're just wearing a hat, if they're wearing a hat, sunglasses, and some steel toe boots that our support people should wear, but we shouldn't be wearing. And then they go out there and punch paper for 10 minutes, right? With a magazine of 10 rounds, load, make, ready. Target. And then they sit there all day and take breaks, and oh yeah, you can take as many breaks as you want to. Okay, well, real combat, you're not taking any damn breaks. You're teaching these people how to hunt more than you're teaching them how to fight. Because yeah, I can take my damn time on a shot. If that animal doesn't realize I'm there, I could sit there and get all 7 factors of a fundamental grip and do all of that. But when it comes to the reason you gave me the firearm for the military, you gave me one, or put it in my hands, not actually issued me one, but you put one in my hands for this mission, this job. But when I say, hey, I've never shot this. What the
Nope.
Actually going on with that? And yeah, I'm saying it. I mean, I don't know who's going to see this video. I really don't give a crap. I'm pretty sure someone's going to be like, oh my gosh, you should take this video down.
Nope.
I don't have to take shit down. This is my video. And this isn't the Navy's policy. This is what I've seen with the Navy. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't admirals and captains in positions to change this who don't care. They probably just don't know. But I can also say this, being that I've been in 20 years, a lot of people I know who are captains now and admirals now were JOs. They were lieutenant junior grades and ensigns in the last 20 years. So those individuals knew it sucked when they were in JO positions. So I know when they're in the position to change it that they can actually fix things and just choose not to. So we have funding out the ass for the stupidest things you can think of, right? The military will come out with a new uniform that we do not need, and yet we don't have ammo to train people to defend themselves. That active shooter situation that happened on, I don't remember which base it was, but I think it was Norfolk, if I'm not mistaken, where the guy took the weapon from the other girl. I don't know what category level of shooting they were, but You have to be able to defend yourself. And the fact that you can own firearms like small arms, you can own a handgun, you can own a rifle, you can go to the store right now and buy one. And if you do, like you hear on all videos when they say new gun owners, what you should do is train. Go take a class. I have never turned down somebody taking a class. Like, I don't offer those, but I have never said, hey, you shouldn't take a class. You should just figure it out. You should binge watch YouTube videos and figure out what to do. It's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying, right? So I went through that course because my leadership said I earned that position to go through that course. There was no other candidate that they would rather send to that course outside of me, based on my already where I'm at on my shooting skills, my understanding of what's going on. And I laid a lot of the groundwork to get that course in the first place because of people I knew who trusted me to do whatever it is I got tasked to do. So, yeah. It's unfortunate, right? It's very unfortunate that we have people in this community or in the Navy as a whole who think, they want to wear all the new combat, G4 helmet pants and the knee pads and look like, operator all day, and they're not at all. And you hand them a gun and they look, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm like, you should go sit your ass down and color with a coloring book, because that's all you're good for in a combat environment. Real talk. And if that's what you're good for, you shouldn't be on the mission. And we never actually do that. We never say, hey, look, if this person can't do this level, why are we moving them to level 2? Why are we moving them to step 3, step 4, step 5? It's like, hey, look, first of all, they are sailors, right? They know how to march. They know their 11 general orders of a century, and that's it. But when it comes, and they're air crewmen. But then when it comes to like, hey, you need to get level qualified in this category. You need to get, qualified in this area, mission set. And they do it, mediocrity. And the reason for it is because when we sign off their PQS, Personnel Qualification Standard, their booklet, a lot of the people who are signing it off so quickly, willy-nilly. You'll never do this. You'll never do this. You'll never do that. And what you're doing is you're taking that person's mindset and just crushing it. And whether they never do it or not does not matter. It's when they get the opportunity, and if they get the opportunity to do it, that they are ready. You fall back on your training. If your training sucked, you will suck. If your training was awesome, you will be awesome. Right? A lot of people may be out of practice, but you won't just be a complete soup sandwich in the event something happens. So I can't help but talk about that. It's a very passionate topic, not because I build and love firearms, but because I've bought into the Navy so long. That's why I've been in over 20 years, because I actually had the mindset, right? I'm not a warmonger. I did not plan on going to war, but I've always been the type of person, if there was a war that popped off during my time in, I'm all like, what's happening? I'm out there. And it's not because there's just a war. It's because there's a war that affects the home front, right? That affects the United States. And I don't want whatever's happening over there to come over here. So I will go over there and stop it. But I would rather have world peace. But I also know we live in a fallen world. Sin is running rampant. And there is going to be no peace until the Prince of Peace comes back. So until then, I'm ready to fight at all times. And this upcoming Monday, I'm going to be doing some land nav training, some SEER training, and go bag, ditch bag, hit and run pack, 24-hour bag, 72-hour bag, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be doing some training with that as well. I might try and film it. It's supposed to give people an eye-opening. Right now, they're probably going and loading up everything they can find at Walmart, and that's fine. But it's supposed to give people the insight, the aha moment of, I carry this all the time, and it's no good for me. It's probably still in the package. A lot of the gear that people I know who fly don't use half of that, and they just have it. Right now, I don't mind the people who are smart who have 2 and 3 of them, right? I have this knife, I've used it, I've abused it 400 or 500 times, and then I have one on my pack that I know, right, because I've tested that knife. I don't use it very often because I'm not in a position to use it. But I know in the event I need it, what it can do, because I've tested it in the field. And every single time something happens, and I'm not trying to make this a long video, I guarantee someone's not even going to watch this unless they're bored driving on the way to work, like I watch a lot of other videos, I kind of lost my train of thought. Either way, I'm trying to get people to understand, like, hey, look, this whole mindset of not being a shooter specifically, but being a survivalist overall, right? Being able to survive the outcome. If we, like specifically kind of going back, my aircraft guys, if we hit the ground, boom, we're on the deck. We're flying in enemy territory, or we're flying in an area that, you know, is whatever. And they gave me an arm. What do I have in my bag to help me? And what do I have in my training to help me with these firearms? Do you think I'm going to be lugging around an M240 with an egress kit? Nope. I don't know how many people always mention that in our briefs. And then I've asked them before, I say, hey, have you ever shot the M240 with the egress kit? Nope. Do you know how to put the egress kit on to the M240? Nope. So then why in the world are you going to tell me that's what you're going to do when you've never even done it in a training environment? You're going to take a real world scenario and apply it to a non-training environment. You've never done this in training, but you're going to do it in real life. Nope. Like, I don't understand that. And I think I know what I was going to say, but every single time when I had freaking brain fog earlier, every single time something in the military or even in the world has happened for good, it didn't just happen overnight and everybody was on board with it. People got pissed off initially, right? Rosa Parks, she's not the first black woman to, or black person, specifically woman, to not move her seat from the bus. It was actually like a 15-year-old woman who was pregnant, and she didn't look good for PR purposes as well. But Rosa Parks is most famous for not moving, right? And so because of that, things happened. She got arrested, no doubt, right? People didn't like what she did, but looking back, we can look and say, this person changed history. Martin Luther King changed history. People change history. You have Carl Brashear, first black Navy diver. He became a master diver, I think, after the fact, and he was also an amputee or something like that. And no one wanted him there. But he laid the groundwork for people to get to where they are now, right? I am an aviation rescue swimmer, right? I'm one of the air rescue guys. I'm still in the, you know, NSO type community, shackled to a freaking NavAir post, but whatever. And those things are it. And I'm not saying I'm trying to go down with the ship, but I don't mind pissing people off all the way up the flagpole until something changes. Hopefully people get it. If you're going to be in the military, you need to be a damn shooter. Like, I don't care if you push paperwork. I just write evals. Okay, write evals after you go to the freaking range and understand you may be put on a watch or a duty where they're going to hand you a firearm. And if you're not confident in that thing, you don't need to be there. Once again, here's your damn coloring book. Go over there and color. And it better be within the freaking lines. You understand? Like, I don't know. It just pisses me off. The military, you guys need to freaking change. All you people in leadership positions, when you realize all your damn sailors and Marines, airmen, soldiers, guardians, whatever they are getting out because the training sucks, but the videos are awesome, don't be shocked. Do not be shocked one bit when you ask, hey, how come you don't want this shitty bonus to do this job we're not gonna keep training you to do? Someone tell me if your experience was as bad as mine, and it wasn't all bad, but when it comes to an overall big picture, it's bad. This is PH Darian, the guy with no PhD, and I'm out. Peace.